Now we will perform the experiment by which we will identify that our food contains which ingredients. Okay, which nutrients is present in more amount in our food, that we will know by doing some experiment. So first of all, we will find out about the carbohydrate. Okay, as I said earlier, carbohydrate are of two types, starch and sugar. So first test which we are going to perform, that is the test for starch. The first test, that is for the test for starch. And what material we require to perform this test? Material we need are food substance. Which we need to test? Food. Then iodine solution. And water. Okay, so these three things we need if we want to check starch is present into the food or not. So we will start that. I have taken these 4 test tubes and marked each test tube with the A, B, C and D. Okay, in the first test tube, that means in the test tube A, I have taken the rice flour. Okay, this is the rice flour. In the second test tube, I took chickpea flour. Okay, this is the chickpea flour, or we can say the gram flour. Third test tube, we are going to take a piece of potato. Okay, this is a piece of potato I am putting in this. And fourth one, that is the D1. The D1 is I will keep as a control. Control means there is nothing. We will not put any food in that. We will add some water in this so that our food material get mixed with that. Here we can smash the potato. I have kept as it is. Okay, now we'll mix it. This is the gram flour. I am mixing potato and there is nothing in there. That is just a water. Now we need to add drop of iodine. I will add a drop of iodine solution into each sample. 1 drop in this, 1 in this, 1 in this and 1 into this. Now if you want to do an experiment, we can directly put a drop of iodine on the slice of potato. Here if we put a drop of iodine onto the slice of potato, we can see a change in a color. We will leave our sample for a minute and then we will observe. Okay, so what will happen over here? During this test, what we have done, we have taken the sample in the test tubes, different samples in the test tube, then mix with the water. If the food is hard, then we can directly use like potato, we can directly check. Okay, if it is a powdery material, we need to mix with the water. Then we added a drop of iodine. Now listen, what will happen at that time when we add the iodine? Iodine will interact with starch. Okay, wherever the starch is present, it will bind with the starch particles and it will change the color. It will give bluish black color. And if the bluish black color will appear, that means the starch is present, or we can say the food material contains starch. Now you can see over here the potato which I had kept, you can see the change in color. Okay, this is the potato, and potato color is changed from light pale yellow to bluish black. So after some time, if we see our samples, in the sample A which contains the rice flour, the color has been changed from white to bluish black. So it indicates that there is a presence of starch. In the second sample, as you can see, slightly color has changed because the gram flour, or we can say chickpea flour, that contains a small amount of starch, but that was in the sample 1 or A, it is very rich in starch. The C sample, that is the potato piece, the piece you can see in this. Okay, so due to this presence of the starch, the color of the sample has changed, and this sample D that contains nothing, that was only the control, water and iodine, that shows the actual color where there is no sample. Okay, hope you understand by seeing the color difference. Okay, so now you know how to do or how to perform the testing to identify the presence of starch. Okay, so what material we needed? We need iodine solution to find the presence of starch. Okay, iodine when bind with the starch, they will change the color from normal to bluish black color, and that is the indication of presence of starch, so that we can know that the food material contains the starch material. Okay, now we'll perform the second experiment, that is a presence of protein. Perform the protein test, we need food material, the food material for which we want to do analysis for protein, that food material we require, then the copper sulfate solution we require, caustic soda solution and water. Now to start the testing, what we need to do is we have to take different samples into different test tubes. Okay, take some rice flour into first test tube. Okay, second test tube I'll take chick flour or gram flour. Okay, and third one I will keep as a control. I will not add any material in that. Now what we need to do is we have to add equal amount of water. So we will add equal amount of water into this. Now we have to add 2 drops of copper sulfate solution. Okay, so we will add copper sulfate solution in each sample. So this is the sample, we will add 2 drops in each. Okay, now after 1 or 2 minutes we will add caustic soda solution. Okay, so we'll add 10 drop. Rice flour which we have taken, that there is no color change in the first sample. The second sample in which we have taken the chickpea flour, the sample color has changed to purple or violet color, and the third one, that is the control. Okay, so this indicates that sample number B, in which we have taken the chickpea flour or the grain flour, okay, or the flour from the pulses that contains the protein, and protein will interact with these two solutions, copper sulfate solution as well as the caustic soda solution, and by this reaction it will give the violet color or purple color. Okay, to perform the experiment for the protein analysis, to find out the presence of protein in the food, whether the food is rich in carbohydrate, whether it is rich in protein, to perform that, what we have done, we have taken different samples. Then those samples in those samples we took some water so that our food sample get dissolved in that. Okay, then after what we have done, we took 2 drops of copper sulfate solution. After adding copper sulfate solution, again we had mixed the sample, and after mixing we took 10 drops of caustic soda solution into each sample. And at the end of experiment, if we have when we have observed, we got the result, final result, in which the sample which was rich in protein, the color of the sample has got changed to normal sky blue to purple or violet color. This is the control we have taken. Okay, this is the control. So the sample which do not have any food material, so ideal color was the sky blue color. Now which sample have the protein content into the food material, that will change from sky blue or light blue to purple color. Okay, now you understand this experiment. Okay, now the third experiment which we are going to perform, that is for the paste for fat. Paste for fat. In that we require the any nuts. Okay, so the material what we needed, we need any nuts that contains fat, or we can say anything which is rich in fat, a paper. Okay, this is quite easy experiment. What we have to do to perform this experiment, we'll take some flour in one paper, and we'll take some walnut. I have cracked some walnut to perform this experiment. We take this walnut sample into one paper, and in the second sample, second paper, we'll take any flour. This is, say for example, this is the rice flour we have taken. So what we will do, we have taken the flour and we'll fold it, and we will rub it up for a while. We'll push it and rub it so that we can know the presence of the fat. So this is the first sample and the nuts one. So what we have to do, again the same thing, we have to rub it and folding and rubbing. Okay, now we'll press. You can apply some pressure on that, on both the samples. Okay, now we will observe both the samples. We'll take the sample back in the container. This is the paper with the walnut, and this is the second paper in which we have taken the flour. There are no patches found. Okay, and in the second paper in which we have pressed the walnut, we can observe the patches, the oily patches on the paper. Okay, so the paper will be opaque, or we can say the oil patches we can observe on the surface of paper. This indicates that there is a presence of fat into the sample. So by doing such experiments, we can identify for the presence of proteins, carbohydrates, in carbohydrate particularly starch and the fat. Okay, hope you understand all the three experiments which I have performed over here. Try to understand and try to learn this experiment.